Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Steve with LRM Leasing. I'm going to go over a few things about an axle gasket, how to determine if it's leaking. So I'm going to demonstrate the procedure of what you're going to need to do the job. I'm trying to help you to save that money by doing it yourself. So what I have here is an axle, which is on the outside. All right, so if you have any kind of oil on the outside, that's a good indication that the axle gasket is leaking. Now, if you have oil leaking on the inside and your brakes are wet and it's dry on the outside, that's a good indication that you have a wheel seal leaking. And there's a few things that you're gonna need. So everybody should have this bug wash or bottle of oil or coolant. And what you're gonna do is just cut out the centerpiece. Make sure it's empty, and then you're gonna place it right underneath the axle. All right, now what you're gonna need for this is a 15/16 socket wrench, or if you don't have any of those, we can try it with a crescent wrench. Once you remove all the nuts, break it loose, remove the washers, put it off to the side, you're gonna pull the axle out. You're gonna put your fingers right behind it and then pull. It should pop. Now, if it doesn't pop, if you have a hammer, hit the center of this as hard as you can to see if it pops out. Now, once you get it out, you're gonna pull. Once you pull, you're gonna see all the oil dumped right into your catch. So you try to minimize the amount of mess that you're gonna make. Once you get that out, you're gonna pull the axle out completely. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab a rag and you're gonna clean the shaft and along the base. On the base, you're gonna have some resemblance of an old gasket maker or just the gasket itself. I would get a straight blade and then start scraping all that off. Once you have that area nice and clean, the other thing is you're gonna need a can of brake clean. Can of brake clean, you're gonna help clean up around the rim and around the hub and around the lug nuts as well. And then you're gonna use the rag to wipe it all down. And what you're trying to do is get rid of all that mess, so when you're done with the repair, it's nice and clean, and then DOT won't hit you for an axle gasket that you just repaired. So for an axle gasket, depending on the truck you have, you can get a paper gasket. They usually run anywhere between $1.10 to $1.50. Very simple, flimsy. If you're gonna keep this in your truck, try to put it in between your paperwork, but remember where you put it. I use the stuff called Right Stuff. It's a gasket maker, and what you'll do is you'll apply a light coat all the way around and then put the axle back in. Once you put it in, it'll smash up and you'll see it come out a little bit. That's fine. You can have excessive, you just don't want little, because if you don't put enough, then you're gonna have a leak again. And this is just a temporary repair, trying to get you going again. But once with the axle gasket, you put it on and you tighten it all the way around. Do a star pattern, all right? Once you got it nice and tight, then you clean off the remaining area. Now, when putting the axle in, if you have a little difficult, you're gonna have to move it and turn it, and you'll feel it slide right in, and then watch your fingers and then push in. Once you push it in, put those washers back on, and then the nut. And then once you have all that done, clean it, hold on to the oil, just don't dump it in the grass. If you have another bottle, and this is where this comes in handy, you unscrew this and dump it in, and wipe that down and put your rags in here. And then when you get to a truck stop, just tell them that you have something to toss away, or one of those auto places, they'll take it off your hands. And that's what you would do when it comes to replacing an axle gasket. It's that simple. Maybe the first time it may take you a while, maybe an hour, hopefully less. Once you get better familiarized with your own truck, you'll be surprised that it takes you 5 minutes. When you go to a shop, they're gonna charge you that hour minimum, and you're gonna find out that it only took them 5 minutes or less to do the job. So this is just some help to save you some money with your own truck. You know, with most trucks, you're gonna see a paper gasket. This is the most common thing that it comes from OEM, from the manufacturer. And then you have the gasket maker, which this is, best way to describe it's like toothpaste, but it's a gasket maker. You apply it in any way and form you want. And once you make the mounting surface, it'll dry and it'll become a gasket. This can be for multiple uses, depending on what you're trying to use it for. For an axle gasket, this is perfect to have. It's small, it won't rip. You may want to put this in a folder and not forget about it, but to keep it where it doesn't crink up or rip. All right, guys, I hope that this tips has helped when it came to the axle gasket. If you like what you saw today, don't forget to hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, don't forget to leave me a comment on the bottom. And at the end of the day, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys at the next video. Have a great day.